Okay. Hey, John, I'm back. And I want to talk about injuries, recovering from injuries, and just in general when you get like sick or like you get a strain, tendonitis or something like that. I'm going to use a like football analogy. The best defense is a good offense. When something goes wrong, tendonitis, you rip or tear something, you break something, people tend to turtle up. And in my opinion, this is not the way to go. Is to not like, oh, what do I do? I don't know. I still a little bit and I'm freaking out and I'm procrastinating seeing someone. Disclaimer, disclaimer, if you have an issue, please go seek medical treatment. This does not take the place of medical treatment or advice. Nothing I say is medical advice. This is a personal philosophy that I utilize, and it includes seeking proper medical attention. Now, with that said, when something goes wrong, I believe it's really good to take action until you get the help that you need. May 1st, I dropped a weight on my left big toe and I broke it. It was like kind of broken like a T. I don't know if you'll be able to see. If this was my left toenail, or if this was my left toe, it was broken like right across here and down to there. They had to take the nail off, stitches, nail growing back. Recovery, doctor said like 6 weeks, and I was more or less within that time frame. Other opinions I've seen online was as little as like 4 weeks all the way to 12. This was from various medical journals that I saw. So again, my philosophy is the best defense is a good offense. Attack, attack, attack. And this is what I do when I do get injured. So I also see like a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine. So throughout this duration, I was also getting acupuncture. And he also has like these supplements, these herbal supplements that are consistent with traditional Chinese medicine that help support the healing process. Without going into too much detail, kidney qi drives energy to the bones, and this helps support the healing process. That might not make any sense to you, and that's fine because that's coming from like a TCM perspective. So if you want to know more about that, you can maybe use your AI stuff, ChatGPT, or whatever your flavor is on AI stuff, and you can try to go down that rabbit hole. You can try to get other books. You can go online to different channels to try to understand that. That was just one thing. I also see a nutritional consultant, and he does muscle testing, so he recommended a couple things. I'm a big fan of essential oils. So BAM tacking, I was supporting it with essential oils. Now in the alternative and complementary kind of medical space and healing, all these stuff, right? Comfrey root is pretty popular, and I've never used comfrey root. I don't really break bones. I've had like hairline fractures before. I've had nothing like this. So that was gnarly. Although what didn't help, that day of, I was like with the trauma surgeon, he's, doing the thing, and they're like, oh man, it's broken really bad. They didn't show me the x-ray or anything. So I was freaking out. I'm like, I've never had a bad break. It turns out when I saw the orthopedic specialist, about 5 days after that initial break, it would have been May 5th or May 6th. Orthopedic specialist, yeah, you broke it pretty good, but there's nothing they needed to do. I didn't need any surgery. They didn't need to put plates or screws or anything like that. Now I had to be careful because the break was kind of down to that first knuckle. So if something had happened there, they maybe would have had to do something to stabilize it. So they didn't have to do that. I had to be careful. So I was wearing a walking boot. But again, the point is the best defense is a good offense. So when something like this happens, bam, offense. So I was using comfrey root. I was also using birch essential oil, and I was using Siberian fir essential oil to help support the healing process. And whenever I'd gone for a checkup, things were fine. Again, they never, on subsequent follow ups, they didn't need to do anything. Now, part of this too is like I was being careful. Another risk, initially, there was risk to infection in the bone. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of antibiotics, and it would be, this is not meant to be like an hour dive on, like side effects and dangers of antibiotics. This isn't that. That would take too long. Like, this is like total like 7 to 10 minute video. I took the prescribed antibiotics because, well, if I had gotten an infection in the bone, that is really awful, to say the least, and that's life-changing, not in a good way. So I took the antibiotics. After I was done with the antibiotics, it was like 10 days. I was making sure having sauerkraut. I got like a goat milk yogurt made from raw goat milk from a local supplier here. The guy I also see for muscle testing, he gave like a yeast. The simple explanation is you take an antibiotic and that's kind of wiping stuff out, the good and the bad. And that can leave space in the gut and things can grow. And so he has this like special like yeast supplement. So when you're taking an antibiotic, you still get those benefits. You kind of take this yeast, it kind of like fills that space. And so you don't get a growth of other bad things there that could cause issues. So I also did that. At my 6-week follow-up, yeah, they didn't need to see me anymore. They didn't recommend physical therapy. Yeah, so I've been sprinting again, so that's okay. And it took a little bit to be able to fully bend it. So I've been able to fully bend it for, 2 weeks now? 2 or 3 weeks. So at my 6-week follow-up, it was okay. There was no pain or anything. Swelling went down after like 3-4 days. I was also getting chiropractic adjustments twice a week because my weight was shifting because I was in a walking boot, and it was really throwing my neck off, amongst other things. My neck and my hips. So I was getting adjustments. So yeah, like essential oils, comfrey. I take bone broth and collagen on a regular basis anyway. I'm a big fan of these in supporting the healing process. Bone broth, you get natural sources of glucosamine, chondroitin. There is some collagen in there as well, and you've got some really absorbable minerals. I am a fan of collagen, but when looking at the benefits of collagen, we're not looking at it in terms of like your muscle and your skeletal muscle mass. It doesn't help protein synthesis in that way. You need to hit like the leucine threshold, which is like 2.5 grams. You need all those like 9 essential amino acids kind of working together. So bam, you get that whole response. So in that respect, collagen doesn't do that. Now, I will concede that it is possible I'm placeboing myself. I feel like I do derive benefit from regular collagen supplementation. There's some science out there that's pretty optimistic about collagen supplementation, and there's some that's kind of like, again, one thing's for certain, however you land on it, it's not going to be a driver of like protein synthesis, so it's not going to aid muscular hypertrophy. It's not going to help that. Where I think it comes into play though is the joints. And it's something I take anyway. So I was doing all these different things. I was doing different herbs. I was doing essential oils, comfrey, getting chiropractic adjustments to help be as aligned as possible, getting some acupuncture. I did do the Western medicine thing. I never needed painkillers. I got some arnica tablets. So if I was, if there was a little bit pain and inflammation, I would take arnica. I also have different sources of turmeric. I was doing a lot more turmeric tea. I also have turmeric essential oil. And so I was doing turmeric essential oil as well as like tea for pain and inflammation. Oh, frankincense. I was also doing frankincense. Now I can't cite like peer-reviewed scientific journals for this philosophy that I apply to healing. But every time something happens to me, this is what produces the best possible outcome for me. Is I look at multiple experts, both in conventional medicine and outside conventional medicine, and I attack and I go. I didn't always do this. I ripped the capsular ligament in my right big toe, executing a terrible kick in December 2012. You know, my right big toe went like that. I didn't break anything, but again, that ripped, and it was like sharp pain every step. It took a year to heal. And so I played defense first. Playing defense didn't work. I didn't attack. I wasn't sure what to do. I ignored it. I iced it a little bit. I was in China at the time, and people, oh man, like Thai liniment. I mean, like if you've got like sore muscles, like the Thai liniment they have, like you can get like from Muay Thai guys or Thailand, or if there's like a like an Asian store, like grocery store, and they have some of that Thai liniment. It's really good stuff. It helps sore muscles and all that stuff. If we have to rip ligament, like no. What ended up like healing my ripped ligament was basically acupuncture. Yeah, I found an acupuncture person, a credible one. Long story short, it's actually really difficult to find credible and safe acupuncture in mainland China. They have a hard time holding their own people accountable to professional standards. So there's people that open up clinics that don't actually have training, and they'll just start poking you. And there's a lot of people, unfortunately, they won't use sterile needles, so it's like they don't know what they're doing, and infection from a needle, that's fun. So you gotta be really careful. I found something. And ever since then, bam, attack, herbs, essential oils, chiropractic, and anything else. Diet too, making sure getting plenty of protein, getting plenty of rest. Mentality, trying not to like emotionally attach to the injury, or like changing the identity, such like I am an injured person. These are great moments of reflection. I think there can be like spiritual like lessons like for every injury, and if you're not like spiritual or religious, that's fine, then that's not for you. Okay, I mean, if you are though, every injury is a lesson. It's a physical lesson, it's a practical lesson. Be careful when putting weights away, and I think it's a you can teach you something spiritually as well. And if you're religious, I think there could be religious underpinnings, and you can connect with the people in your religious community for advice and wisdom on this as well. There could even be deeper meaning if you're an agnostic or atheist, and I think you could try to find deeper meaning on it. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. That pretty much does it, so I wanted to sit here and do a video. This is kind of my philosophy when something goes like haywire, right? You get an injury, right? Bam, offense, play offense. And when we're healthy, that's when, I think we play defense. It's like, Get some vitamin C, right? Make sure you get plenty of minerals, zinc, have your balanced diet, sleep, exercise, stress reduction activities, find a way to meditate, connect with people and community, all these sorts of things. That's when we're playing defense. And then, oh shit, okay, it's gone wrong. Offense, go. So yeah, I hope this helps you. I hope nothing happens to you. That's not the reality. Something's gonna happen to you, but I hope nothing happens to you. Remember, disclaimer: this is not medical advice. If you have a medical issue, seek medical attention. If you choose not to, that's your choice. And I do hope this philosophy, I hope it helps you. And I hope if something goes wrong and, playing offense helps, and in whatever modalities and ways you choose. Thank you, and have a great day.